Welcome back. In our previous session, we explored the traditional organizational designs uh, and the factors that shape them. Now, we will move into the modern era. Today, the organization basically operates in a fast paced, global, and technological driven environment, which has led to new ways of organizing the work. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the contemporary designs and challenges that the organization face in a rapidly growing dynamic business environment. So, first of all, let's talk what are the contemporary organizational designs. Modern organizations basically need to be a little flexible and adaptive. At the same time, they need to be innovative. The first design we will discuss is a team based structure where the work is organized around the teams rather than departments. Teams are often cross functional, meaning that the members come from different specialities. This setup encourages collaboration and faster problem solving. It allows employees to feel more empowered and more motivated at the same time. Though sometimes teams can lack the clarity in authority, which may lead to the conflicts if the leadership is weak. For example, a consulting firm may form project teams with marketing, finance, and IT specialists working together to solve the client problems. Let me ask you a question. How many of you enjoy working in a team versus working alone? Teams can be fun and creative, but only if everyone knows their own role. That is the main reason that clear communication is a key. Next is matrix project structure. Matrix project structure basically focuses on projects rather than permanent departments. Employees move from project to project based on their skills. This encourages learning and sharing of the expertise. But it can be the challenging for employees who prefer stability and clear reporting of lines. For instance, a software company developing multiple apps at the same time assigns programs to different projects according to their specialization. Another modern approach is boundaryless organization, which removes the traditional barriers between departments, functions, and even external organizations. This encourages collaboration with suppliers, customers, and partners. Boundaryless organizations are highly flexible and driven by technology, allowing the innovation and rapid responses to the market changes. However, there is a point that managing such organizations can be a little bit complex because the roles and responsibility may sometimes be unclear. For example, uh, a goal tech company, a global technology company may collaborate with the startups and freelancer designers worldwide to co create the products. The learning organization emphasizes continuous improvement and knowledge sharing. Employees are basically encouraged to experiment and share their knowledge, fostering the innovation and at the same time fostering the adaptability. The challenge here is creating the culture that supports experimentation and tolerates the organizational failure. The companies like Google basically allows its employees to spend time on their personal projects and are the great example of learning organizations in action. Finally, we will discuss about the virtual organizations, which operates primarily through digital platforms, often with remote team spread across the different locations. These organizations rely heavily on technology for communication and coordination. This allows the access to global talent and reduces the overhead cost. Through the remote work, we can lead our communication, but the challenges are obviously there for each kind of particular structure. A multinational consulting firm with consultants working from home across different countries is a good example and a good illustration of this model. But the point here is we also need to discuss the challenges of organizational designs. Even with even with the most exciting designs, even with the most flexible designs, the organization face several challenges today. Globalization is a major factor as the companies operate across countries and cultures, requiring the structures that adapt to diverse market and regulations. Then comes the technological challenges, which is also rapid due to the advancement, which means that the organization must continuously upgrade its skills and system. Then comes the workforce diversity, which creates both opportunities as well as challenges. The organizations today employ from different cultures. They basically employ the people belong to different culture, generation and backgrounds. Managing the diversity effectively requires thoughtful design and communication. Then comes the ethical expectation and social responsibility. This adds another layer to the complexity as the stakeholders demand transparency and accountability. Modern organizations in today's era also expect empowerment and purpose in their work, so the organization must balance the authority with autonomy. Finally, the organization face unexpected crises such as economic downturns, pandemics, or supply chain disruptions. So the flexible structures allow them to adapt quickly and remain resilient in any kind of case. We will be discussing an interesting example here that could be Netflix. Netflix is a great real world example. It started as the DVD rental companies with a simple structure, but as it grew, it adapted its functional structure with departments for the content, marketing, and technology. Today, the Netflix operates almost as boundaryless organization, which creates the team collaborating across continents, and constantly Netflix is experimenting with content and technology. Their success demonstrates the importance of adapting the organizational design and to changing environments. Think of it like this, that Netflix didn't become global streaming giant by sticking to the old structures. It constantly adapted its design to meet the changing customer needs and the technological shifts. What does that what does that tell about flexibility in the organization? It is basically the balancing traditional and modernity. Most of the organizations today blend the traditional and contemporary designs. For instance, a hospital uses functional structures for the clinical departments but implement team-based structures for special projects. A manufacturing company can be another example, which may follow a divisional structure for the products while encouraging the learning and innovation teams to improve the processes. The key idea is that there is no perfect design that fits all the situations. Again, as we discussed previously, it all depends upon the situation, that which design will suit to a particular situation. Remember, the challenge is not just choosing a structure, but also continuously improving our efforts. How often the companies review their structures? Too often the leaders forget that they have worked for 5 years upon the same principles. That can be a bit challenging. We need to adapt and renovate ourselves, our organization. In conclusion, organizational design is a powerful tool that shapes how the work gets done and how the decisions are made and how the employees basically interact. Contemporary designs like team based, boundaryless learning and virtual organization reflect the need of flexibility and innovation, where the challenges could be globalization, technology, workforce diversity, which requires constant adaptation. The key takeaway is simple. Successful organizations match their structure to their environment, and they match their strategy while keeping their people engaged and empowered. Remember, organizations are not just the hierarchies of authority. They are dynamic systems that grow, adapt, and thrive through a thoughtful design. So I thank you all of you very much for your kind attention, and I hope that this lecture helped you to see the organization as living system that evolve, innovate, and thrive to work effectively. Also, I encourage you to think about the organizations you are working with. How would you change its structure to make it more flexible and more effective? And how would you innovate the organizations you people are working along with? So that was all for our today's lecture, and we will be back in our next class with a new different agenda. Till then, take good care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.